You are watching Active Healing with BheePosh. Today we have Jackie Pamotze as one of our guests, who is a social activist, a philanthropist, an author, as well as a public speaker. Staying fit is an important part of active healing. Today I'll be showing you a few of my tips and tricks on remaining fit. I will be reviewing a South African local haircare brand called Ubuhle Haircare. Welcome to Be Fit with BheePosh. Today we'll be focusing on the core area. You'll only need two things to make this work: a skipping rope as well as a timer. If you do not have a skipping rope, you're more than welcome to alternate with jumping jacks. So let's get started. These are very simple exercises that can be done at home. Each exercise lasts for 30 seconds each, which is very good for a busy person. So do let me know how it goes by commenting below. Stay fit with BheePosh. I am sitting with the lovely Jackie Pamotze, a business owner, philanthropist, social activist, and an amazing author. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I'm very good.
Girl, how was I doing after reading your book? So the first question...
You survived it. Yeah.
I did. You survived writing the actual book. So that in its own is amazing. It's a journey because you poured yourself out to the world. You opened your dark pages to us. So the first question I have to ask is, how close to your reality is the book?
It's very close. I think if I were to rank it in a percentage, it would be probably 85-90%.
If you say it's 85%, that would mean that you are then treasure or not?
Most probably.
I have to know because there's quite a few explicit scenes in the book, very heart-wrenching explicit scenes. So one would then wonder, is this a journey that you went through yourself? Yeah. And if so, how would you say it shaped your view of men, your relationship with men, whether it be friends, brother, partner? How did it impact, did it bring up any form of daddy issues?
It's very difficult to interact with men,
Yes.
because of my background. It took a lot of mental restabilizing, having conversations with myself, psychologist, but also because of, as you said, the graphic scenes. There's a very graphic scene that was a gang rape.
Yes.
And yes, it's a part of me that is very difficult to forget, especially when it comes to interacting with men. But I think in that space where I have to interact with a man, whether it be a conversation or sexually or a friend or a brother or something like that, my guards are always up to say, am I safe with you? Am I going to be comfortable with you? Do you know my journey enough to be sensitive to certain things, whether it be a scent that I don't like, whether it would be you coming from behind and greeting me from behind or just cuddling me. Does it feel natural, or do I feel like you're a perpetrator or something like that? So my relationships with men have really changed. I'm very guarded around men. I'm very observant. I take my time to interact with anybody.
That's hectic. And then I went back and I started thinking about Trisha's relationship with a female. No, female. Because, the most, the fallback most often for anybody that is in Treasure's position is to fall back into a female relationship, right?
Yeah.
Because of comfort, safety, as she says in the book. It's something that doesn't feel threatening as you would expect. Even her first encounter with her girlfriend in the book was a little bit daunting, but nonetheless, the relationship was safe for her.
Yes, it
so
was.
I would then, because it's something I actually understand, so I would then ask you, would you say gender-wise, that also impacted you at some point in your life? Did you also have a female encounter, anything of that nature that would also have played an impact in the creation of Treasure?
Most definitely, yeah. I think now, because we live in such an open society where gender is not really an issue when it comes to relationships. People dabble in different things.
Yeah.
But for Treasure, or for me back then, it was not uncommon because I went to a boarding school, I lived with girls.
Yes.
So it was a normal thing because we cuddle each other, we kiss each other, we play with each other, we're always in each other's space. So it was a normal thing. And I think it also comes from the sense of having that motherly touch. You just want to be around girls. It's like comfort, you know.
So it's not so much sexual.
It was not really so much sexual, but when it got into me creating a character that depicted an actual life experience that involved a girl, I think it had to be as authentic as possible because it was a true encounter, you know.
Okay.
The person that was depicted there was real.
What's that?
The person that was depicted there is real. And to answer your question briefly, yes. If I was not in a boarding school, would I have encountered a girl? I don't know. Maybe in varsity, I don't know, I would have. And my perspective then would have changed. But because I encountered a girl at a very young age, it made me much more open and risky.
There is something that you said, though, that I want to go back to. You said life happens, which is very true. Life happens to all of us.
Life should happen.
It should happen. And in it happening, not all of us get the opportunity or are as gifted as you are to put it down in pages. So
I got lucky.
Yes, girl. I don't know. You went 1, 2, 3. You wrote 3. 3. So I don't know if that is luck or pure talent, but you wrote 3 of them. And would you say it's a form of therapy for you? Because I'm sure you're reopening these wounds with every word, every time. So it's more of a therapy as well. Every
time when I feel some sense of emotion, whether it's happiness or sadness, excitement, or in doubt or in fear, I always gravitate towards my pen. So I'd rather write it down and confront myself in that way and say, okay, so this happened whenever, and this is how I feel about it. This is how I see it from my perspective. So that's why I write in third person to sort of push it away from me and say, okay, I'm going to give this another name.
Having it in front of you makes it better to view it.
Yeah, to view it. And like
different perspective.
Me battling it in my head all the time. So I would rather give it a different face and say, okay, this is not Jackie, this is Treasure, or this is Aria, or this is Daphne, someone else. This is not me. And this is how that person feels. So that the judgment doesn't automatically fall on me, falls on the Treasure character, someone else that I created.
So wait, on top of everything else, you publish these books yourself.
Yes.
So the conversation we were having about publishing houses is not applicable to you because this is self-published.
Going from one publishing house to the next and everybody's saying, no, this is nonsense, you can't do it. And besides, there's no market for that kind of conversation. We're not going to publish it. And deciding to self-publish it, I think that was the best of things because then after I was able to self-publish all my books without any legal implications towards anybody or having a deal with publishers that would not tell the story the way I wanted to tell the story. So it was purely a fluke.
I love that. So you spoke about something that's also very intriguing for me. You spoke about distortion.
Yes.
How they distort the books and so forth. How would you say, or rather, what are the existing misconceptions that the world have of you that you are aware of?
I think the first one would be that I'm just out there to destroy people's lives. I don't want people to live their best lives, you know, simply because of the tone of the books. The tone is very harsh. It's very graphic. And it's a very real story.
Yes.
So people feel like, no, because you've gone through that, you've done it, you don't want other people to do it and live the life. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to destroy anybody. I just want people to have a backstory that might help them.
Stop from something.
Yeah.
Hectic, yeah.
There's a lot of people who ask, how do I get out of the situation? Whether it's a sugar daddy situation or it's a father-daughter situation, a mother-daughter situation, abuse, domestic abuse, all kinds of ills or sexual forms of abuse, you know. So I want my books to narrate that. That's why I think up to this point, I've not named my rapist. I have not named the actual people, the real people in the book. And I don't think I'll ever do it because I feel like each and every experience that I've had was to teach me, grow me, and direct me to something.
For someone or a young girl that's in a position where she is stuck with a blesser. So the psychology behind it is that you end up 110% being devoted to this one person. For those that haven't gotten to this book, how do you start that journey? What would spark the desire to become your own and stand on your own?
First things first, just don't do it to begin with. Let's start there. First, don't start even doing it. Get a support structure. If need be, get the police involved to get you out of there, whether it's you getting your stuff, because sometimes getting your stuff from somebody's home could be difficult.
100%.
They could be very obsessed with you, they could abuse you, they could beat you, whatever, you know. So you might need the police to get involved, you might need a friend to go help pick up the stuff so that you're not stuck in an altercation or something like that. And also medical checkups.
How would you say we get that started? Because I think the point of the show on its own and the point of the work that you do is to get conversations started. So now the conversations are starting, then what? What is the solution?
I think now the most important thing is men fighting for men. Women cannot fight for men. We cannot say every now and then, women stand up against abuse, women do this. No, the men need to say, guys, how do we stop our behavior towards women? So they need to stand together and say, we are against this behavior. We see it in our sons, we see it in our daughters, and it's slipping through the cracks of now each and every generation. How do we stop it? Women cannot fight for them. We've got our own struggles, really. So we cannot teach men how to be men.
So, yeah, I think that's where we'll start the conversation. Thank you so much for joining me on this. This was absolutely amazing, heart-wrenching, just everything that I would have wanted to know from you and learn from you. I look forward to all of your work and the many endeavors that you have.
Thank you. Good luck on this beautiful show. Let it be a success.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you all the best as you travel through your journey and as the show becomes a blockbuster of a talk show. I truly hope that you see that you are the light that we truly need in women as well.
Oh man, you're gonna make me cry, girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have Ubuhle Haircare, essential oils. We have the dandruff oil for those ngara things on your hair. We have hair growth oil if you're struggling and you have wispy hair. You can also use this on your beard gang. We have the strengthening oil for the voma, for the hair, obviously. We also have the itchy scalp oil. You don't want to be one of those people, right? So you'll use this one. We also have the softening oil, guys. You know when your hair is like still wool, this is how you fix it. And we also have a shampoo of sorts, right? But this shampoo is an African black soap. It's not shampoo, it's a soap. But oxalayo, it does what a shampoo does. It washes your hair, right? So this is amazing for your hair because it also brings back the moisture and takes off the dirt. And then you moisturize it with this, the butter, which has shea butter, olive oil, and the secret ingredient, Ubuhle hair oil. So now I'm one of those people right now. I'm itchy. So I'm gonna unitchify myself, right? need to take off my Shara hair and put on some, where is it? Where's the itchy one? Oh, there you go. I found it, this one. This is one I love using at the end of every day because underneath my wig, it does get hot and humid, which does make it a bit itchy, right? I don't suffer much from dandruff, so this is what I use. And it's amazing because of the application device. All you do is you dip it in. Make sure not to drop any because it is liquid gold, so you want to have every single drop. Take it in like that, and you literally just apply it in the middle of your braid if you have braids. If you don't have braids, you're more than welcome to put it on your hands and just go in with it, get down and dirty with it. But this is my favorite way of doing it. I don't always have my natural hair out as my afro. I have it as braids because it's a protective hairstyle and it does help it grow. And then you know what you do? It makes your hair grow, massage it, moisturize it, tenderize it, and then you'll have amazing hair. And that's that on that. Thank you for watching Active Healing with myself, BheePosh. I do hope that you were able to take away something valuable from today's show. If you are looking to collaborate with me, please make use of the contact details below. Till next time.